Hey guys, I'm here with my friend Fuwad who just made a movie. Isn't that awesome? You guys like people who make movies, right? Um, what's up, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. So you guys listening know, like we've been friends for quite a while, so we're probably going to be like talking about a whole bunch of like different shit. We might be talking about Batman versus Superman by the end of this. I don't know. Like that's usually where our conversations go. Yeah, sorry.
It usually does, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But first, we're going to talk about his new movie, Isolated, which I understand is this your first full-length feature movie?
It is indeed, yes.
Amazing. What you've made some short films which I've seen and are very excellent. You should check them out on his YouTube. You've made some short films beforehand. You want to talk about those a little bit and what led into making Isolated?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, thank you for your compliment. Yeah, I've been making short films for 10 years now. It's, I know, yeah, I've got no life. But, but yeah, I've been making short films for 10 years, and it was reached my 10th anniversary as a filmmaker, and I figured what a way to celebrate than to make my first feature. And, uh, and if you've seen my short films, they are mostly science fiction films, of course, but I was thinking of going for a sci-fi route, but I just realized I needed a budget for that. So I decided, what could I do? What could I do? I was like, so I just sat down, just had like a, I don't know, couch time session where you just sit down, and just think and think. You just think like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about this idea just popped in my head, and I've always had this in the back of my head about a guy who sat on a bench just looking all normal, and I felt really depressed. And this was when back in high school, when I was walking home from school in high school, from high school, and I was about 14 years old, and I saw this man just sat there. He felt like he had some regret in him. He did something wrong. So ever since then, I always like wondered what his life would have been like prior to that moment. And then the isolated idea came about, and here we are.
Yeah, I read the script, or at least a version of the script. I think you changed it a few times since I read it. And it's like an insane movie. And I don't mean like it's like Hardcore Henry, like you're gonna shoot it first perspective, or Batman vs Superman, where it's huge. I mean like the script started and you don't know what's going on with this guy, and like something's like he killed this guy, but you don't know. It's just you don't know it, and it's like you wake up. It's almost as though you wake up like yourself, and your entire life has changed, and you don't know what exactly is going on. Was that what you were going for? Was that what you wanted to start with? Just have it, be like a kick in the head, like.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that as well. It makes me think that hopefully I'm in the right direction. Yeah, it did. It was like I wanted to write a script where it felt like a roller coaster ride with like one character throughout the entirety of the film. And I was thinking, how can I make that work in this day and age of like, say, with short attention span, people get bored too easily. So I wanted to make a short and sharp film, and so this is where it came about. Just trying to do what I can with this day and age, and just what it takes to get someone entertained. And hopefully I've done justice. I mean, I think I've done justice with you when you just read the script, but
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully it does well on screen.
Yeah, no, I hope it will. And again, judging by your previous short films, just from reading it, I could see you really like bringing this to life. I can see, this really works for you. There was this one short film I remember that was inspired by District 9, I believe.
Yes,
I'm sorry, what was the name of that?
a region.
A Region, yeah. That one was my favorite of all the ones you made. Which, by the way, they're all on his YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link down below, and I highly encourage you check these out, especially before a short feature film comes out. Which when's Isolated coming out?
Well, we got a first screening in my hometown, and that's going to be in June 1st. So and that's practically this time next week, next Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah, and we just got a confirmation we're going to screen in London on June 4th, and it's a small venue up in just in North London. And what we're trying to get it for film festivals, like we're trying to aim for the BFI Film Festival in London. We're trying to go for a few in America. We just because it's a no budget film, and I mean that by the definition of it. It only costs like I think £200 British, which is like what's that in dollars? I'm not sure.
Probably like less than that. Well, maybe probably a little more than that. It's probably about $500. Not even $500. Probably about like $250 or $150, something like that.
Okay.
It's let me put it this way. It's enough in my bank account right as of right now, which is not very much at all.
I mean, because my friend paid for it. Oh, it is just under $300. I just Googled it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I know the British pounds are more than us. Or no, we're a little more than the British pounds. I didn't know how much more.
I think you're at $1.75. I think.
Yeah. It was something like that. That's really weird.
Just guessing. I wasn't the best at that, but
yeah. No, but yeah, that's true. It's very cheap. So you were able to make a feature length movie in just with the amount of that budget. Did you guys have like any hell with budgeting or any trouble trying to do things that you wanted to do originally but can't because money limitations, anything like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we were trying to get the because my friend paid for it, who's the producer of the film, and I said to him, he had no experience in films. I just said, "Do you want to help me out?" He goes, "Yeah, of course." And so because I don't really have much money. I'm pretty much unemployed, so the money really went to the necessary needs, so paying for the actor's hotel, paying for food, the expenses, because we wanted to make a film where money wasn't a massive relevance. We just want to do it for the love of filmmaking.
Right.
And I feel like it does. That has helped a bit. Is just bringing your passion together, just inspiring people. Just like saying, okay, you can get off your ass and just do anything. But yeah, it's just. I mean, for limitation wise, because if you've read the script, it is pretty limited. So I felt like I got used to it. Even though it's a feature length film, it's like my most simple film I've made.
Since we are talking about the movie and the script and such, in your own words, can you explain like what Isolated is about and what in your own words, can you explain what the movie is really about and what the story is?
Well, Isolated is a drama / thriller. I would say it's a bit with hints of humor. I wouldn't class it as a comedy, but it's got hints of humor. It's about a man named Jack who's having a normal day, I guess, and he gets a text from his girlfriend saying that I don't want to see you ever again, this and that, and finds out she's been cheating on him. So he goes around and finds out that goes around to where she lives, and one thing led to another. He commits a horrible mistake, and from then on, he's on. Well, I wouldn't say he's on the run because he's in the public, and but he is in an isolated situation. He isn't in. We wanted to portray that as well, so we wanted to portray.
Imagine, I'm just guessing, imagine like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where you have Captain America, like he's in public, but he's got like the hoodie on, that type of thing.
Yeah, definitely that type of thing, but also at the same time, not that type of thing as well, because there are people who do walk past him. I wanted to portray that as well, because I always had this image. What if, say, for example, like say if Bin Laden was in the public after 9/11, and would people walk past him? Would they like?
People wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, I wanted to portray
like,
that.
What if that.
Wanted to illustrate that. Yeah, and because people are asking me if he is on the run, if he is isolated, why the hell is he in public then? Well, I wanted to portray that image. Because it's literally hours, I mean, not even hours, just minutes after what he's done, and he's on the, run, quotation mark, but yeah, during that time, he's trying to make some phone calls, trying to sort this out, so he admits from his friends, from his family, and it's a short and sharp film, and it's like similar to like films like the Tom Hardy film Block, or...
Yes.
Like, say, Ryan Reynolds' film Buried, if you ever saw that.
Yeah, that was a while ago, actually.
It was, yeah.
Pre-Deadpool Ryan Reynolds.
that was technically his classed as comeback. Well, even Deadpool's now is more of a comeback now, but yeah, but yeah, it's just about just trying to give a one character show out of film because I've never really done that type of film before. Because if you've seen my short films, they're very bloated in terms of characters and ideas. So this is technically my most simplest film I've ever done, even though it's a feature-length film.
Now, because it's feature length, I know you're still in the editing stage.
We're just about done with the final cut, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome. About how long will it be?
Do you want me to tell you how many, what each cut was? Because this is our third.
Sure, if you want to go that way, yeah.
First cut was 1 hour and 57 minutes. Second cut was 2 hours and 21 minutes.
wow.
Yeah, so then the final cut, which we're going now, is like 1 hour and 18 minutes, maybe just under 20, so short and sharp.
Oh, okay, so that's gonna, and how are you going to, after you premiere it next week, how are you going to release the movie? Are you going to release it online, or is there going to be a DVD we could purchase?
After we submit to the film festival, we're gonna find out if it progresses with that. If not, we're gonna, because I feel like if you do it on DVD, because in the UK they do Region 2 DVDs and it won't play in American. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm thinking maybe like charging a small amount. I would say like 99 cents or something for like a digital download. You don't want to. Probably.
I actually, to give you some advice, I very much recommend it. I haven't seen it yet, but there was a German film called Beyond the Bridge, which is a low budget. I'm trying to think what the budget was on that one. It was like only a few thousand, and you can rent it online for $4. Angry Video Game Nerd, when he made his movie, I rented it online for $5. So that could be something you do, like Vimeo on demand would be an idea.
Yeah.
What film festivals are you going to submit it at?
Oh, the main one we want to go is for BFI. That's, I think, the biggest one in London. I think it's one of the biggest in the world. And it's pretty cheap to submit there, so that's our main option. But yeah, I am going for the digital download, probably, because I don't really want to charge many people too much just to see my movie. I'm just doing it for the love of filmmaking and just hopefully to get our name out there. So that's the main idea.
Absolutely. And I guess my other question is that we were talking about different cuts. The hour 20-minute cut, like the final cut, that's like the final version? Is there gonna be like a director's cut? Is there?
Oh fuck no, you don't want to see that. I mean, like if you want to see like a lot of establishing, that's the reason why it was so long, because there was so many establishing shots of my hometown. Thinking, yeah, you don't Terrence Malick this film, just go for it. Yeah. Don't make it a Tree of Life because people will walk out. I mean,
and you spend a lot of time like filming in your hometown, right? Like you just, what was the farthest you went for a filming location?
The farthest I went was probably around. We filmed in where he was staying in a hotel. I think he lived about 8 or 9 miles away from where we live. So I think that was the farthest. Yeah, because literally we couldn't afford to go like this because. Couldn't really afford to go to London or like a big other city. So.
And see, that's also like kind of like somewhat inspirational. I want to say more like, hey, look at this. Like this guy was able to film this, and the trailer is on his YouTube channel, which I already mentioned is in the description below. And the shots do look very good. You know, like this looks like it looks like a movie. It looks the closest I could compare it to was Under the Skin, which was, you know, that was a very low budget movie, but it's still like when you're in the town and stuff, it still looked very thematic, I guess, and thematic. So yeah, Isolated. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say it'll probably be released to the public hopefully by the end of this year. When is the BFI Film Festival?
BFI Film. The deadline to submit is I think July time, and then they're probably gonna show it around September, October time. But I'm not really expecting them to accept the film because they have so much it's such a massive competition there as well. But I mean, if worst comes to worst, if we get an instant like decline from us, then we'll just put the film on, like, say, iTunes, or just for people to have a digital download copy.
You know, if you guys do that, like, I'm gonna promote the hell out of this, like I am now. You know, like, guys, you got to see this movie. This guy, go to his YouTube channel right now, see his short films, get hyped for this. This is like, I know my subscribers, I know the people that watch me, and I know my friends. These are the exact, like, having read the script and having read, like, things like a Fight Club kind of appeared in my head for a little bit, and just these really, I don't want to say like punk movies, but like these really like fast paced, like Run was another one that came to mind. Run Lola Run, I should say. And like just these, they're not. It's still a very original, but they're sort of like these, just really fun. I like to call them action movies without the action. Because it's not like two superheroes fighting one another. It very much is just a fast-paced adrenaline rush. Like, imagine more like Crank, but without the insaneness of the action part, I should say. Like and I think it's something that you guys would really enjoy, and hopefully it'll be out by the end of this year, right?
I mean, probably even before the end of the year, I'm hoping. But like you said, because the way we shot it as well, we only shot this film in 5 days. So that's another thing.
That's great.
Yeah. And another thing I learned is dialogue is now my best friend, because dialogue scenes just eat up so many pages, and it just takes a short amount of time to make. And we only did 1 or 2 takes tops, because the actor was that good, so and he was a natural.
See, that's great. I haven't worked with any actors that are really good at memorizing their lines, aka I've only worked with me and a few friends. And even me, where I'm not great at memorizing my own lines. So that's great to have an actor like that. Do you want to plug in any actors' names or talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, well, this was like my first time hiring an actor as well, because all my other films I've always just worked with friends and family. And the reason we did this because originally it was going to be written for a friend of mine, Nathan, who's been in pretty much all my short films. He was the lead in Region, and he dropped out because he had some problems or something, and so which was again understandable. So we just had to have no option but to put an ad on some website. Because before that, we were thinking of getting local actors, but the problem is, though, when you hire local people, especially where I'm from, they tend to take advantage of the project because they're thinking like, oh, you need me now, so I'm gonna proper fuck you over, this and that. And I was thinking, well, actually, we don't need you, so if you're gonna screw with me, I'm gonna fire you, and that's what happened. And thankfully I did that because the guy wasn't the best, and he still has my script, which I'm thinking, what a dick. Well,
I hate when that happens, man. Yeah. So you had one jerk, but anyway, everyone else, were they pretty all right, or?
Yeah. Well, what happened was when we put the ad on this casting call website, and we got 150 people begging for the part. Because we sent the scripts out and we called them individually, and they all said, this is something I need right now. Come on, please, cast me. And then we ended up casting this guy named Samuel Vaughan, who gave like this amazing cover letter. He said he just read the first 20 pages in like 10 minutes, thinking this is the best script I've read in a long time. I would do you justice. Then I looked at his show reel, I looked at his work. I was thinking, yeah, he's perfect for this. So let's cast. It was just a no-brainer that we cast him.
That's good. No, that's good. Well, yeah, I think we've talked about the movie enough for people. I think it's been about 20 minutes since of just us talking about the movie. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end?
Yeah, just don't give up. Just follow your heart. And I would probably say, if you're passionate for filmmaking, don't bother going to film school. Because I've had bad experiences, but anyway, that's another story.
No, I agree with those bad experiences. It kind of limits your imagination when you go there.
It limits you to a point where they think that they own you. They think that there's a system you have to conform to. I'm thinking, well, you can't conform to creativity, because creativity is from your own interpretation. I just like, if that's how the way it's going to work, then why bother going? So, I mean, I got a degree in the end, and I thought it was a complete waste of time, but I still did it.
So yeah, Isolated will be out hopefully by the end of this year. In the meantime, check out his channel. He's got these awesome short films. There's a trailer for the movie, and if you check out the trailer, it just gets you hyped as hell, and it makes me hate it that I have to wait like a few months to see this thing. So yeah, I hope you guys subscribe to him, and thanks for listening to this.